Hello and welcome to Healthwatch Manchester's YouTube channel. In this video, I will be discussing our latest report, Meeting the Standard, a review of compliance with the Accessible Information Standard in GP practice. The Accessible Information Standard, or AIS for short, was launched in 2016 to ensure that patients with differing information and communication needs received accessible information and appropriate communication support so they can access services independently and make decisions about their health and care. Through our knowledge of the experience of local people and the local voluntary and community sector, we knew that compliance with the AIS was poor across health and care services in Manchester. In 2025, Healthwatch Manchester's lead trustee for people with sensory impairment, Tony Hanlon, formally requested a review of compliance with the AIS with a focus on GP practice. This was approved and the review was added to our annual work plan commencing in June 2025. There are over 80 GP practices in Manchester, and each of these practices are part of a primary care network, or PCN for short. A PCN contains numerous GP practice in a local area. Using the PCN locations, we divided all of the GP practice into one of three areas: North, Central, and South Manchester. Before each set of visits, all practice in a particular area were told which week the review would occur, but not a precise date or time. This was done to replicate the experience of a citizen whose need of AIS support from a GP practice could not be predicted. During our visits, a member of the Healthwatch Manchester staff team asked a member of staff in the GP practice, ideally, although not necessarily the practice manager, a set of 6 questions designed to assess their knowledge and understanding of the AIS. Each question has a maximum number of marks available, with the total being 22. Following our visits, each practice received an individual report detailing their score, as well as an information document containing details of different AIS resource providers. Finally, each GP practice were inputted into a league table based on the score they received. This league table was dynamic throughout the duration of our review, as we encouraged GP practice to submit further evidence of how they provide AIS support to patients following our visits. As you can see from the picture on the screen, the table included the ranking of the practice, their name, score out of 22 marks, the date of our visit, and the name of the PCN they represent. In collaboration with Manchester Deaf Centre, Manchester Disability Collaborative, Manchester People First, and Manchester City Council, Healthwatch Manchester created a certification which a practice may be awarded based on their score. Certification could be achieved if a practice provided at least one method of AIS support for each type of impairment. This included visual impairment, blindness, learning disability, deafness, and hard of hearing. As I referenced earlier, we gave each GP practice an information pack containing accurate contact details for numerous AIS providers. In the following section, when I use the term intervention, this is in reference to the score a practice received after submitting further evidence of how they comply with the AIS. Before our visit, 80% of practice had an understanding of the AIS. This rose to 94% following our intervention. Moreover, practice scored an average of 11 marks during our visits. After submitting further evidence, this rose to an average of 13 marks. Before our visits, 57% of practice scored 11 or more marks. This rose to 75% following our intervention. Before our visit, only 20% of practice received marks for providing accurate signposting information to advocacy services. This rose to 42% following our intervention. In total, 3 practice refused to comply with our project. They were the Bodie Medical Centre, the Maples Medical Centre, and Asheville Surgery. New Collegiate Medical Centre scored the highest number of marks with 21 out of 22. Wilmslow Road Health Centre received the highest number of additional marks with 13. Before our intervention, only 6% of GP practice achieved a pass mark for compliance. Following our intervention, this saw a 3-fold increase to 18%. In conclusion, there is a significant level of understanding of the AIS, but this does not necessarily result in compliance with the statutory requirement. This review and subsequent support has had a significant effect on increasing compliance with the AIS. Finally, The compliance pass mark provides a simple objective for GP practice to achieve, although there is a danger that compliance may remain at a minimum level once achieved. Our recommendations are as follows. Increasing the level of compliance by a GP practice needs to be a continuous process, and the pass mark must not be considered as a completion of this process. Advocacy services should be clearly promoted through printed resources and signposted by GP practice staff to their patients. In rolling this work out across the wider health and care sector, it should be acknowledged that resistance is best overcome through collaboration, assistance, and encouragement. Finally, a training programme led by local and lived experience based organisations like Breakthrough UK and Manchester People First should be offered to the wider health and care system. Thank you for watching our video. To read the full report, which includes further key findings, conclusions, and recommendations, please follow the link in the description. This also includes our full AIS league table, our AIS certification, and the information pack we provided to GP practices following our visits. Thank you.